Greetings, YouTube. It's been a couple months since I had a Arena Crystal opening of data submitted to me on this channel. I've been working with ShadowBrian because he opened over 2,500 regular Arena Crystals for over 5 million battle chips worth, and it was like a 13-minute video, and I'm like, bro, that is not worth the user's time. Can we speed it up? So he doubled the speed. I have not seen this yet. We are going to look at something like it is just a fast forward button, but that's exciting. And I just have to say that, as a reminder, this is the minimum of where I would say people could open uncollected Arena Crystals. You could get the highs and lows of the RNG for units, and I think that is the minimum. But if you're opening anything, especially for the July 4th unit open, I would open regular Arena Crystals, anything below 5 million battle chips together. So, here's the deal. People always ask me, Prof, what is the definition of a good opening? A good opening is 1,000 units per 500,000 battle chips, or 2,000 units per million. This is a 5 million battle chip opening, which means, believe it or not, we are hoping that by the end of this video, by the end of this crazy fast 5 minutes, he gets 10,000 plus units. Over 3 Odins, over $300 worth of units in the arena. That is the dream, and he's not even 1/5 there, but he's still got a lot of time. This is really kind of a theory that people have every year, where Kabam somehow changes the drop rates for units, knowing that free-to-play players especially are counting on their unit stash to get them those super juicy, starting with $1,000 units usually first level of July 4th deals. So the theory goes, and who knows if there's any truth to it. I don't think we've ever really collected a big enough sample size to determine either way and comparing it to others. I would tend to say no, but the theory goes that they make it hard to get units right before July 4th so that you have to buy them. But we'll see. Again, the goal is 3,000 units by this point, and he's behind, but overall 10,000 units total by the time that these 2,525 crystals are stopped. So I always feel like I'm commentating like an eBay auction, where like, do I hear 3,400 or 3,450 or 3,450, 3,450, 3,540? I won't do that the whole time. That would be incredibly annoying. But the bottom line is 5 million battle chips. That would take me about 4 to 6 months to hoard on the arena. So you're asking, how much does 4 to 6 months worth of soulless grinding in the arena get you? And that's why I've heard from some of you who have a fair amount of disposable income and say, Prof, I don't know how you do the arena, because it's more worth it to my time to buy units than it is to grind them out. And I get it, but for me, I've always been somebody that's taken pride in saving money and not spending it when I didn't have to on this game, on this Marvel Casino of Champions. Okay, so the goal right now is to be at about 5,000 units, and he is just under. He's about halfway through the opening, and that's basically where he wanted to be about 50 to 60 crystals ago, maybe 100 crystals ago. So he's slightly behind. It's not looking good for his overall goal at this point, but also the RNG in the next 1,000 crystals can turn around. So I can hear from so many people out there who are like, who cares if you're not making your goal? I would love to have an extra 5,500 units. That's the thing about the arena. Nobody wants to do the grind, but everybody wants the units, right? Every time I do one of these openings and they happen to miss the mark, and I talk about how it was an underwhelming opening to people who don't have battle chip crystals, they hear that and they just think, well, what? How can that be? But 6,000 units, I mean, he's going to get, once he gets to 6,200, and he did, that's already $200 worth of free units. And I know the word free is subjective because it's not free. Your time is very much not free, especially those of you who have jobs and who literally can value your time by what somebody will pay you for it. But then again, it's just nice to look at that unit stash and know that you didn't have to buy them with a credit card. All right, almost up to 7,000 now, but that crystal amount is starting to dwindle. And I think we're going to title this, What Would 5 Million Battle Chips Get You Before July 4th? Because that's the question, right? He's doing this in preparation for the July 4th deals. And so the target is still 10,000 units, and he is really slowing down with just about 500 crystals left. He's only 75% there. So, yeah, this is not looking good. When I opened units for my Abyss run, I got better than 1,000 units per 500,000 battle chips. In fact, it was the best crystal opening for battle chips and units I'd had in literally years. Now, that was about a month and a half ago now already, somehow. So, he's 82% there. You know, basically, if your goal is 10,000 units, every time you get a unit, you're giving us that percent. So 85% there. Hopefully he'll get at least 90% there, but he's going to need some luck to continue. That was a little weird that the screen went and flipped itself, but suddenly it's back. All right, so he's almost there. Okay, he's at 90.15%. So this is really the home stretch. The data is backing about where he's landing on, though this is a slightly below average opening. Not the worst. I mean, less than 600 units toward the goal. In fact, just 505 units before the goal. So I can hear what people are saying already. 9,400 units. I would love that. Thank you, sir, for doubling this. It was almost 15 minutes. You can see it was 14 minutes and 48 seconds originally. I said, it is not worth our viewers' time. Can we double the speed? He did. So there you have it. About $300 worth of free, quote-unquote, units for this opening before July 4th. It was about average. No proof that the drop rates have suddenly been skewed because of units, but also not proof that the drop rates were generous either way. Just a fairly average opening, and that's what you can expect when you open 5 million plus battle chips worth of units before July 4th, 2020.